From the director of Mortal Kombat, Event Horizon, in the Resident Evil movies comes Aliens vs. Predator, or Alien vs. Predator. Is it plural? Oh, no, the first one's not plural, Alien vs. Predator, but the second one's plural. That's interesting, because there's multiple aliens in this, and I'm sure there's multiple aliens in the second one, so I don't know, I haven't watched the second one yet. So, now, this is a movie that I have not seen since 2004, 5, 6 at the latest. I don't know. I never marked it down, so I can't tell you for sure. So it's been over a decade at least. I can say that with certainty. So it's been a long time since I've seen it. So this was a first time viewing experience. There's only little images in my head that I could remember, and that's it. So I like that I got to see this again for the first time, basically, and that's always fun. But man, was I underwhelmed. Whose idea was it to take two R franchises, put them head to head in a PG-13 movie? Could you imagine if Freddy vs. Jason came out and it was PG-13? Whoever did that and made that decision, their head would be on a fucking stick. Alright, that is ridiculous. Double the action, twice the tear, my ass. Alright, so this movie, directed by Paul S. W. Sanderson, or W. S. Anderson, who gives a shit, written by him too, is about a group of people who all have different skills and just jobs and whatever, I don't care, and they all get hired because a satellite picked up a heat signature in Antarctica, and there might be some pyramid there underneath the ground, a mile or two below Earth. And Lance Henriksen, this rich billionaire guy, he hires this group of people. They want to go down there and they want to be the first one. Alright? Because that's what it's all about in life, being the first to do anything. So they go there and boom, what do you know? There's aliens there and there's predators there to hunt the aliens, because that's what they like to do. They like to hunt. So that's the basic plot synopsis right there. Now, let's go more into depth about this movie in this week's Horror Franchise Wednesday. Positives I can say about this movie is the aliens. I thought that the creature effects of the aliens was great. I loved the whole lip quivering thing, their lips, the way they move, the drool coming out of their mouth. The aliens look badass. All right, I can't compare them to the other aliens before this, because quite honestly, I haven't seen them. I have not seen the original Alien movie, or Aliens, or Alien 3, which I hear everybody shit on. So I'm still a virgin when it comes to alien movies. I haven't seen them. I haven't popped that cherry yet. But this is the only alien that I know. So when I think of aliens, I think of this movie. This is how they look to me. So I'm curious to see what they looked like back then. I'm sure it's the same. You know, the little monsters that come out of the eggs, they jump on people's faces. Creepy stuff. Terrifying to put yourself in that situation. The whole idea of something bursting out of your chest, that always gave me the creeps as a kid. And the sound design, that punch, the bones crushing open. Awesome stuff. I like that it's a new setting, the cool, cold Antarctic. Before this, when it came to the Predator franchise, it was in the urban jungle in New York or LA. Yeah, it was LA. And then before that, it was in the jungle. It was hot. And then even in the city, it was hot. And now it's finally cold. So I like the new change of pace. It's little, but I like it. So I like just things getting changed up a bit, not just the same thing over and over and over again. And the set designs, this movie obviously had a high budget, and it looks like it. They spent a lot of money on this movie. There's some cool sets, some cool imagery here and there. I just like the way the movie looks once they get down into the pyramid, whatever, below. I like how all that looks. It's pretty cool, and kudos to the production designer, so I like that. And I really like the third act battle between the Predator and Alien. It's not that long, but some of the little fights here and there, slicing the alien's head off and the alien punching a hole through the Predator's face, all that stuff was cool. So, and I like just seeing a Predator and human working together. We haven't seen that before in the Predator franchise, so I thought that was kind of interesting here, just to see it. And I was like, oh, all right. Usually they're killing them, and now they're working together against the aliens. So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. So yeah, had to throw in my positives. And the explanation about why this is happening, why is the Predators killing the aliens and vice versa? Why is that happening? It's a basic explanation. It's probably the first thing that anybody could think of if walked up to and say, hey, you gotta make a movie about aliens versus predators. Why is it happening? Like, how do you make that happen? The first thing you would think of is, well, let's see, the predators, they like to hunt, so we'll just have the predators hunt aliens because they just like to do it. Fuck it. So it's very, like, not that creative. It's like the first thing you could probably think of. But I like it. It's just, you don't need to be so elaborate with it. And I dig the explanation. It's just predators, they send their teenage predators out in like a gladiator type of battle, like in an arena somewhere or a pyramid, whatever, to battle aliens. And if they can kill all the aliens, the teenage predators, they earn the guns that they use on their shoulders. That's essentially what the plot was. And the predators, they teach humans, they basically taught humans how to build stuff, and that's they've been around for thousands of years. And they use humans to breed, like cows, and farm animals to make other aliens. So they use us to make the aliens for them to hunt. I think the best shot in this movie is the shot when the predator and alien are staring each other face to face. Mixed thoughts on this movie is the predators. The predators, I like their weapons, the new weapons, and the old ones still retained. I like all that stuff still in here. But they're fat as fuck. What is with these fat, chunky, bulky, King Hodder looking fucking predators running at people? It's like, okay, that's not what they looked like before in the Predator franchise. Why are they changing that now? And they're supposed to be the teenage predators. They look bigger and meaner than the fucking adult ones. And the biggest thing I did not like about the predators in this movie is the inserted lion, tiger, and bear growl sounds that they were making throughout. Every time they moved their head, it was like a growl. From like some fucking National Geographic animal, just stock sound footage, like a lion sound, a bear sound here. It was just like, okay, now what? They're Victor Crowley now from Hatchet 3 making grizzly sounds? It was just ridiculous. Whose idea was that? They don't sound like fucking... I mean, I guess I could excuse them and be like, well, maybe because it's been established that they can record things, that maybe at some point these predators recorded sounds from those animals and they just use it to express their anger here and there. Maybe. I guess I just kind of explained it, but they don't explain that to me. I had to make that explanation myself. They don't do anything to tell you that. You just have to come up with it on your own. So, like, why are they making these fucking noises they shouldn't be making? The predators have their own growl. Not, like, it's already been established. They growled in the first one. They growled in the second one. They don't sound like bears. They don't sound like tigers and lions. It's a stupid thing to complain about, but I just wanted to talk about it. So, yeah, that's really my only mixed thought was the predators. I liked the way they looked-ish. The weapons and whatnot, but the sounds and whatnot. What the fuck was going on there? The hottest chick award goes to the short-haired blonde girl who gets the alien that rips out of her chest. She seems like my type of lady. As for the cons, this is a 2004 movie. This is back when CGI was pretty bad. You got some CGI blood, you got some CGI establishing shots, space shots, and, satellites and whatnot, and it ages pretty bad. Some of it's okay. I think the biggest negative is, why the fuck is this PG-13? Like I said, you got the two R franchises. As far as I know, Aliens is R, right? The first one, second one, and third one. And now, what the fuck? They're just PG-13 when put together? Makes no sense. You got two R franchises put together. It should be double the R. Alright? Not PG-13. What the hell? I mean, it is so... I even watched the unrated version. I didn't see anything, like, gory or anything. Cutaway kill. CGI blood here. CGI blood splat on the wall. So fucking lame. I mean, and when you see the tools that come out of the Predator's hands, the potential there for a creative kill, oof. What one could only imagine how gory and awesome this movie could have been. But nope. They don't know what the fans want, obviously. At this studio, whatever studio fucking made this movie, was it Warner Brothers? Whoever they are, I hope they're shut down. That's a bit extreme. Alright, so this movie has a very weak open. Seriously, like, you should set the bar with the open. You should set the tone. And the tone for this movie is consistent somewhat, but there's weird comedy here and there towards the end. I don't know. But the opening is very weak. Like, this guy's running. What's he running from? One can only guess it's a fucking predator. And he runs into this uh, bar, I guess. It's empty. And then turns around. Oh no, invisible monster. And then, boom, cutaway kill. It's over. I think it was an alien at that point, but whatever. Stupid as fuck. Very lame. The characters in this movie did not give a shit about any of them at all. And I know this movie was trying its hardest to like flesh them out as quickly as possible. Like, hey, I'm Bill, I have 2 kids and they play soccer. Oh, I'm Tom, I have a kid too and I love them. So now I have to care about these people because they have children and if they die, it's gonna break my heart. No, I don't give a shit about these people. And you got this one chick who is the ballsiest lady of them all, just climbing this ice mountain, just with these little these ice pickaxes, nothing to help her or save her life if she fell off. I didn't see a parachute on her back, so if she fell off, she was climbing that thing like Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 2. What a ballsy or did he have a parachute? I don't think he did. I don't think Ethan Hunt had a parachute in the opening of that movie. That is a ballsy ass stunt. So, and there's jump scares. There's a few of them, not a whole lot, but there's a couple. There's like a penguin jump scare, like he's like looking and it's like, oh, penguin, boom, loud stinger noise. And what is it with people that somehow can sneak up on you and they just put their hand on your shoulder and it scares? Like, it's a typical scare. It's so annoying. They might as well just had a cat here, like a cat jump scare, somehow surviving in Antarctica. I mean, you're stretching your belief already with aliens versus predators. Why not have a cat jump out of a dumpster like a typical horror movie? But what is it with these people that somehow can walk in snow or in other movies, walk on twigs and leaves in the forest and not make a single noise and somehow sneak up on you? And then they put their hand on your shoulder instead of acting like a normal person and just saying, hey, as soon as they see the person they want to talk to. Instead, they gotta do that fucking sneaking up on you thing, that cliche thing in every fucking horror movie. They sneak up on them and they put their hand on their shoulder and that music kicks in like boom. It's annoying. Quit fucking doing it. It's in this movie and I had to point it out because that's what I do on my channel. I point out jump scares and this movie has them. It's annoying. And then this chick, she sets up these rules like, we're never going to be alone. And we have to be in constant communication, whether it be in person, talking to each other, or on the CB radio, or walkie-talkie. And they automatically break their rules instantaneously. They walk in there and dipshit just walks off. He's taking selfies before selfies were even a thing. For what purpose? I thought I was going to have a role. Like maybe the Flash would be like the weakness for the aliens, some cliche thing like that. No, it's just him taking selfies to split himself from the group because he's a fucking moron. He's not afraid to get lost in Antarctica with a dipshit. And then they're never keeping constant communication with each other and they keep splitting up in groups. They're just morons. Like, what happened to your rules? I do find it funny that this chick, she didn't want to do this mission because she knew that there was a potential that they would all die on her hands, and it's her job to keep them alive. And by the end of the movie, they all die. That's what you get. Alright, so the first 2/3 of this movie are fairly boring. I did not care about the characters, and that's why. It's like, just, we gotta go recruit this person, we gotta go recruit this person, and find this person, and then we'll have a meeting about what we're gonna do, and then we'll go there, and then we'll see the tunnel, and then we'll go down, we'll discover it, and then finally, slowly, things start to get more interesting after that. But man, that first third, 2/3-ish, like, man, I was just like, checking my watch. This movie's not fun until like the second half-ish. Like, it takes a while to get going. And it's a shame, because even when things are happening, it's PG-13, and there's like hardly any blood. It's a shame. I feel like Lance Henriksen curses any movie he's on. He was on Hellraiser Hellworld the year after this, and that is one of the worst fucking horror movies I've ever seen. So yeah, unnecessary homages to other films in the franchise, like you one ugly motherfucker. I mean, sometimes a wink and homage, like little nods like that, are cute. They work. You know, sometimes they're just okay. In this one, it's cringeworthy. Like, why the fuck? Like, she's like stabbing the alien, and she's like, you one ugly mother, and then they cut the word fuck out because it's PG-13. You can't say fuck. It's just dumb. You don't need that in here, so yeah. Final thoughts. This movie was only good in the last third. It's got some decent looking predators in here. It's got cool looking aliens. There's some great creepy, scary moments with the whole like aliens bursting out of the chest. There's just like little moments I can cherry pick that are interesting and cool, but knowing that that shit's probably in prior films, it's not creative. It's not like it did it first, the whole chest bursting thing. So it's just like same old stuff, and there's hardly like Alien versus Predator action in it until like the very end, and just a little bit. And I like how like yeah, I'll talk more into my spoiler section. I haven't spoiled too much, have I? I was just disappointed. I was not that much into this. So when it comes to Alien versus Predator, I mean, eesh, it might be worth watching for like the last half hour ish, but other than that, this movie was wasted time. And the clap award for best scene goes to the epic fight in the third act between the alien predator. That's the thing we've been wanting to see in this whole movie. After all, it is called Alien vs. Predator. Now let's go over a quick spoiler discussion. Alright, so yeah, we get this lame open in 1904. Boring. And then she does that daring ice wall fucking climb. No parachute. Crazy. And then the predator, he like shoots his laser beam into the ground to like dig that tunnel that they discover later. And then the guy separates from the group to go take selfies because he's a moron. I've already talked about all my spoiler shit and my pros and cons, so I got nothing to talk about. Cheap jump scare, and no one saw the Predator ship fly over? What the fuck? A giant ship just flying over their heads and no one saw it? Get the fuck out of here. And then there's like the floor button. The guy steps on like a button and it like activates the trap, and then the aliens come to life underneath the ground. So somehow these aliens have just survived down below the earth for like 100 years, living off of what? There's no one down there. Can anyone explain why this mother alien is still alive? And when she's like roaring, there's like all these CGI electricity bolt like shots or bolts, I guess, like shooting everywhere. Like, where's this electricity coming from? There's no generator down there. That's not how the Aztecs built shit back in the day. They didn't use electricity. So I don't understand where that. It's just like for the visual, I guess. But where's that electricity coming from? And then the Predator, he comes up, he wipes out all the guards off camera, and then they automatically get strung up upside down like the Predators do, except they're not skinned because it's PG-13. And they're not getting the spines ripped out. There's not a single spine ripped out in this movie. Ugh, disappointing. And then finally, their weapons are camouflaged. I mentioned in Predator 2, like, why is it that the Predator, he's invisible, but his gun isn't? So there's like a floating gun walking around. In this one, their weapons are camouflaged and invisible as well. So I like that, because it makes sense. And then the alien, the mom alien that's all hooked up, she's like laying all these eggs, and it's like a conveyor belt system. Like, she's like laying eggs like she's like a farm animal. Basically, she is. And yeah, all the electricity, where the fuck is that coming from? And then they find this Predator weapon box, and we find out that those are the weapons that are like the trophies for the Predators. If they win the battle with the aliens, they get to earn their stripes and stars, you know? They get to earn the weapon on their shoulder with the tri-star, the three-dot crosshair. And then I like the invisible noose. That was a cool addition to their weaponry. The invisible noose going around that guy's neck and like kind of like rips his throat open a little bit, looks like. Maybe, I don't know. PG-13. I'm gonna keep pointing that out. PG-13. Damn it. And then yeah, they lay eggs in the victim's chest. I like that room with all the skeletons in a circle and their chests are like ripped open. I thought that was cool, foreshadowing what's about to come. And then they step on something else and the room transforms every 10 minutes, and it's like just like this maze, and they keep getting separated. So it's like, even though they were breaking the rules before about not separating, but now they have to keep separating. So I like that explanation about why they're getting separated now. It's not them making stupid decisions, it's the fucking temple making them separate. So yeah, then we see that the aliens have acid blood, and the acid blood ruins the Predator's weapon here after he stabs the alien, but then later on, when he uses that boomerang thing and it goes right through the alien and it chops it, the acid blood has no effect on it. So what was so special about that weapon? That it couldn't melt. And yeah, they separate the group, and then, what's that say? Net? Oh yeah, they got the net weapon from part 2 back. The guy from Punisher Warzone. He's in here, the black British guy. And he has the net on him, and it's about to kill him like Resident Evil. Was he in Resident Evil? This guy, this actor? It was about to kill him, like in Cube. Just get chopped into cubes, man. But what does the Predator do? The Predator, he sees him, and he's like, oh, I'll put you out of your misery. And he stabs him before he can get chopped into a million pieces. What the fuck? He's putting people out of their misery. I want to see that guy get sliced into cubes. But no. PG-13. Alright, so, yeah, he kills him, puts him out of his misery. Alien takes out a Predator like that. I was surprised by that. I actually like that. That the alien, when it first encounters the Predator, one of them, it just takes it out instantaneously. It just tongue punches it right in the fucking face. Boom! You're done. So then I was starting to think, like, damn, these Predators don't stand a chance. But then the Predators, they get the upper hand here. And then the aliens, they get the upper hand there. Kind of goes back and forth between who's the strongest. And then, yeah, they just tongue punch them. And I have a question about this tongue thing. Is it a mind of its own? Does it have its own stomach? Like, when the alien head eats, does it share the same stomach with the tongue thing? Is the tongue thing in control of itself? Does the main head get to control the small head in the mouth? I'm curious about that thing. How the fuck does that work? It seems like it has a mind of its own. And therefore, like, it's on the back cover. It's right there. Who's eating what? Like, what if the main mouth eats something and then the small mouth steals all the food before the alien can swallow it? And therefore, one could starve. If one dies, does the other one die? Can they do that? They have to like coexist? I want to see a movie about that. Just explain that to me. How the fuck this alien survives with that thing in its mouth? Like, if one dies, does the other one die? I don't know. I just feel like the other one would be stealing the other one's food. And vice versa. Whatever. And then, yeah, all the eggs hatch. The guy, oh shit. And then he has like a 50 caliber like Desert Eagle, which would hold like 7-8 bullets max. And he manages to shoot like 15 bullets. And then when the main girl goes in that room later and picks up that same gun, she fires around, and then that was like the last bullet. It still had one in the chamber left. Bullshit. And there's no way that guy could reload. How he was up against the wall, so it's not like he reloaded. That gun should have been empty. Alright? I know my weapon some. Alright? And I know that weapon, and he couldn't reload because of his situation. And he shot like over a dozen rounds. There's no fucking Desert Eagle in the world that shoots more than a dozen rounds. Not even like 8. So get the fuck out of here. I didn't see no extended clip on it, so don't give me that. Like, well, maybe it was an extended clip. I know what an extended clip would look like too, and it was not, so nitpick, whatever. And then I like that the Predator sees Lance Henriksen. He X-ray visions his heart and sees that he's got like blood clots and whatnot. He's dying, so he's like, you're not worth it. Puts him back down, and Lance is like offended by that, like, you motherfucker, you don't turn your back on me. He starts like flamethrowing him, and then the Predator takes him out. Like, all right, I was gonna let you live and die naturally, but fuck it, kills him anyways. So I like that. And then the Predator, he beheads that one alien. I like that. So, pew! Head slowly falls off. That's the only gore you get is alien gore. Later on, they're dissecting the alien. They got the alien guts coming out. And yeah, and then blood. Yeah, the acid blood has no effect on his boomerang. I talked about that. Then we find out that these predators are the teen predators. Like, really, they're pretty big for teenage predators, and the adult predators, at the end, they're the same height and size. So what the fuck is the difference? And I guess you don't grow that much. I don't know. I guess they grow the same as humans, because when you're a late teen, you usually hit your height, your max, you know? Once you're like, I guess for girls, it's like 15, 16. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but whatever. They say girls, you stop growing at like 14, 15 years old, right? And guys, we stop growing at like 20-ish. I stopped growing when I was like 17. So, yeah, I'm not so fortunate. I didn't keep growing after that. I guess I should have drank more milk. As the legend goes, you gotta drink milk to grow. Bullshit. I drank plenty of milk, and I still didn't grow. You lied to me, Mom. And then, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Alright, so Then we find out that the Predators, they taught humans how to build, and they used us as farm animals to make more aliens for them. I don't get the aliens, how they fucking breed. Like, so they lay eggs to make these alien things, and these alien things therefore have to breed and lay eggs in humans. So it's like there's two separate like birthing processes to make an alien. So like the big alien, she's giving birth to the scorpion looking things, and then the scorpion things have to give birth to the actual aliens that we see that are bigger inside the humans. Am I reading that correctly? I'm confused by that. It's like, wait, so they give birth to that, and then that has to give birth to the human? What? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen the other Alien movies, so I don't know how the process for these aliens works and how they reproduce. So then I talked about the Desert Eagle. Another rule they broke, I forgot to mention this one, was don't be a hero. And the Italian guy goes to save the main girl, and he gets killed doing so. I like that. I thought that was hilarious. It's like, oh, that's right, don't be a hero, and he gets killed. Trying to save her ass, and she didn't need his help at all, so it was pointless. Alright, so. And then she gives back the gun, and then he makes her a weapon out of an alien head, and she's like, oh, she's like Arnold at the end of the first one, just ready to go. She's got the war paint on, basically. She's got like the mark that he burns on her face. I guess he does that later on, but she's got like the stick and spear that he made her, and they're teaming up together. I thought that was very interesting. And then this is a funny moment. The Predator does like ASL, like not really, but he's basically doing sign language to communicate with her. He's like, I got this, bomb, and I'm gonna hit the button. It's gonna go kablooey. Like just the way he has to communicate with her, it made me laugh. He's like, boom, and then they walk out. He blows up the whole temple, but then the mom somehow survived it, breaks out, and then they're fighting for a couple minutes, and then she throws the thing on the big old alien's tail, ties it to the water tower. Tower falls into the water, and boom, at the last second, alien stabs the Predator. Predator bleeds out while the alien's drowning. So they both lose. There's not a winner here. The aliens didn't win, and the Predator didn't win. It's just like Freddy versus Jason. It's like, who won? I don't know. They both stabbed each other, and they both fell in the water. They're both dead. So none of these movies had the balls to declare a winner. But Freddy versus Jason, I think Jason won. In this one, I think the alien won because it was the girl who got the idea to tie it to the water tower. So I think she gets the credit. So yeah, the Predator lost. What do you guys think? I think the Predator lost. And then yeah, she says, "You one ugly motherfucker." Ugh, stupid. And then yeah, I think that's the end of it. Yeah, the little epic fight. I like it. The fight at the end was pretty cool. The way it was shot. The CGI wasn't that bad there. And yeah. And then the big old ship comes into view, and the Predators, they were watching the whole time, and then it step in to help, because I guess that's against the rules. You gotta see if they have what it takes to win. And they give her a weapon, I think, or something. Yeah. He gives her a weapon, just like the end of part 2 with Danny Glover's character. And then they fly off, they take the body with them into space, and what do you know? There's an alien inside the Predator. Bullshit. You're telling me all those Predators with those masks and all those different X-ray visions that they have, that they didn't see that thing inside the Predator? Get the fuck out of here. That was just a cheap attempt at setting up a sequel that we did get. There's no way. They all had those masks on, and those masks are capable to see blood clots in your heart and whatnot, and you didn't see the Predator inside, the alien inside the Predator? Bullshit. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of the movie. Those are my thoughts on this fucking film. What did you think about it? Put your thoughts of it in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Like and share this video with all your friends, and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.